Hello guys, my name is Hugo Nájera and I'm doing my persuasive speech. On this presentation I'm going to be talking about some of the risks of social media. And well, social media, as we all know, is a great way to interact, to socialize with our family and friends. But now apparently it's really cool to have 10,000 strangers following you on Twitter, Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram, or whatever. And this might be really dangerous for you. And we're gonna be talking about this. I hope you enjoy this presentation. I choose three main points to talk about. The first one is called stranger danger. This basically means it is really dangerous for you to be having strangers on your social media because you never know who's behind the other screen. I'm sorry. You never know who you're talking to. You never know the other people's intention. Just last week, Facebook announced that 60 millions of their accounts are fake, so that can give you an idea of how many fake people are in social media. So you have to be very careful who you talk to and what you share on social media. That's why I decided to use these pictures for my presentation. The first picture I want to use for this presentation is basically an old man dressed as a teenager, and the caption says, "Meet Susan, a 42-year-old man posing as a 15-year-old girl online. Susan and your 13-year-old daughter just made plans to meet at the park." It is a really powerful picture, and it got my attention right away when I saw it because, well, that it is just creepy to think about how someone you're talking, it might be not who you think they are, and that's why you must be very careful about talking to strangers in the internet because it is not like in real life that you can see their faces and you can see what they look like. So once again, you have to think twice before posting something, before talking to someone on the internet. Which brings us to our second point, which is oversharing on social media. I'm pretty sure we all know someone on social media that always shares about what they're doing, where they are, who they are with, and it is not just really annoying, it is also really dangerous because if you do that, basically you're telling everyone you have on your social media where you are, what are you doing, and who you are with. And once again, you never know who is following you just because someone has a very pretty picture on their profile. That doesn't mean they're a pretty person, and you never know their intentions. So you have to be really careful about what you share, and especially your location. Now with these apps such as Snapchat and Instagram, where you can get cool filters just by putting your location, and this is really dangerous and really risky. It's something you might not want to do if you have strangers on your social media. So once again, you have to think twice before sharing something on social media because you never know what intentions the other people might have. That's why I decided to use this picture. It is a funny picture. It is the bear from Twitter getting a mugshot, and the caption says, "Oversharing on social media. Are you guilty?" I don't know. Maybe some of you guys are guilty about this. I'm not judging. Just try to be very careful about what you share on your social media because once again, it might be really dangerous for you. And the third picture and our third point is everything you post on the internet stays in the internet forever. This is really interesting because most people think just because they post something on Facebook or something on Twitter as a private post, it will be private and no one else can see it but there instead of them. And this is not true. Just because you post something on Facebook as a private post, that doesn't make it private. Someone who has access to Facebook, to the servers of Facebook, can see it. So you have to be very careful, especially now that with Snapchat, for example, that you say when you send a picture to someone, it gets deleted after 10 seconds, I think. So you might think that, oh well, I sent a picture to someone, but it got deleted, so it's okay. It might not be okay. Now there's all kind of apps where you can extract the picture after seeing it, even though it says it got deleted, it didn't get deleted. So you have to be very careful about that, because once you post something on the internet, it's gonna be there forever, even though you can see it. And this might be really dangerous for you personally, but it also can be dangerous for you professionally. Most jobs now do a social media checkup before hiring someone, because they most jobs now they like to see who they hiring, who the people they are interviewing acts outside of work. It is important to have a good resume and have a good experience and whatever, but nowadays social media also talks a lot about you. So once again, you have to be very careful about what you post and think twice before, because you might think something is really funny, and I don't know, some maybe your new boss in the future might think it is offensive, and that might danger your career and might danger your image. So once again, guys, just try to be very careful about what you post, about what you share. I know it is really cool to have filters and whatever in your social media, but if you have strangers, this is a really dangerous thing to do. So think about it twice, and I hope you enjoyed this presentation, and I hope to see you the next time. Thank you.